Hello and welcome to Live App Live Broadcast. I'm happy you are here today watching our podcast. Today we're going to look at some of the tips or like an advice that I'm giving out on your university application. Your university application. So, if you're applying for a university abroad, some of the things that you need to know. That is what we're coming to discuss. So, I encourage you to stay to the end of this video so that you get to know all the tips that I'll be sharing with you. Stay to the end of this video. It is going to be very brief and short. But if you have not subscribed, please do well to subscribe to this YouTube family because here we're going to discuss how you could come to abroad and then study or how you could come to abroad and then work. I do my best to put out all the necessary information that you need. So do not go away without subscribing. And anytime you watch my video, if you like what I'm doing, please like it and then share it for others to also know what is going on. Let's go on to it straight away. Like in my previous video, I've shown you most of the schools that you could apply for, specifically those without any application fees. So you look at those schools. Then, if you choose to apply to any of those schools, these are some of the tips, these are some of the things that you need to do in your application. And this will help you, like, puts you on top of other applicants to be admitted. One thing you should know that you are not the only person applying to that school. Thousands of applicants all over the world, all over the world. So a lot of people are applying to that school. So you need to put in much effort and then like put in everything that will make your application stands out. Will make your application stands out. Yeah. So for the online application, let me tell you one secret. This is for schools and job and then every applications that you do online. Most of them, most of the online application, um, it is programmed into the system, like you know how today technology work. So your application, the first selection is done by a computer. The first selection is done by a computer. So if you don't meet that first requirement, your application will be taken out. And then the second stage is where human will come in and then look at some of the things that you have. And so it's not that they look at all the application manually. The first screening is done by a computer. So make sure that you have everything that is being required into your application so that the computer doesn't reject it. Don't leave any question asked in the application blank. Don't leave it blank. Even if you don't have it, you have to put an explain like put something there so that the computer doesn't reject it. And then I know your letters that will be read, you can put explanation in there why maybe you don't have this or something like that. I know about, I don't know percentage statistically, but I would say about 70% of all schools, your first phase will be done by a computer. So now let's go into it. if you see your if you see the school that you are certain that you have to go, you know, you have to consider a lot of things. Yes, you have to consider a lot of things. The state which the school is in, even it's advisable you Google that state, the town in which the school is, and then you could be able to um, like determine by yourself if you like that school or not. Determine by yourself if you like that school or not. So that is very, very important. You could do that if you like that school. So if you're determined to do that, the first thing you do is you look for the programs. Which program do you want to read? Does it um do you like it? Do you like it? Does it align with your values? Does it align with your values? So you have to be very, very careful when choosing a program. Make sure that the program that you are choosing align with your values. Is that something that you love? Or is it because that program is offering free tuition fee? That is why you are picking it. You know, studying abroad, um, people have different motives to study abroad. Some have the motive of I want to study abroad for it to be a gateway for me to get to the United States, for me to go to UK, for me to go to Canada. That's that is somebody reason. So in that case, then you could choose any program that you think will because your motive is not the academics, your motive is not the studies, but you have a second motive, but you are using the study to be your gateway. So that is fine. That is fine. And then those who like it's academics, I want to do this, I want to learn this, then make sure that the program that you are choosing align with your values. Please do that. That is going to help you like in the long run. The long run, at times it becomes pretty after doing a course, being it 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, or 4 years, and then after you've been graduated, and then you feel like, oh, I don't like this. I don't want to work at this place. Please make sure you are doing the right thing. And then so after you've chosen your program, you don't go straight away and then start application. If you watched my previous video, I talk about that. So what you do is you look for the requirements of that program. What does it require? What are they looking for? What is the minimum requirement? I would advise you, if you don't meet those requirements, please do not apply. If you do not meet those requirements, do not apply. Go and look for another program or go and look for another school. There are a lot of schools. Go and look for another school. There are a lot of schools. If you don't meet that program, that requirement for that particular program that you want, do not apply it. And one thing that you should know is, there are first class schools. There are schools that are at the first class. The competition there is very high. You could get the same program at a different school, which the competition might not be that high, and then you gain admission. So I advise you could go to that lower school. At the end, you all have the same certificate. Though like that is a first class school, and that is I don't know, I wouldn't say anything. But yeah, that difference is there. But it doesn't matter. It's you, the individual. If you prove yourself right, then whoever went to that first class school and whichever school you went to, you hold the same certificate. At a job place, you prove yourself right, you are going to excel. So that doesn't really matter. It does matter in a very minute way, but it doesn't really matter. So that shouldn't be a problem. Go for a school that will accept you. And it is a very keen competition, a competition around the whole world, a competition around the whole world. So it's very, very important. So you look for your qualification, make sure you qualify for that particular program. Now you gather your document, what they required you to put into your application package. You need to gather all those documents. Recommendation letters. Recommendation letters is something that Africans is difficult to get. It's all because we don't have that good relationship with our lecturers whilst we're in the university or even at a secondary school, our teachers over there. So now, if you're still a student watching this, you should have that good relationship. And then it's better, whoever recommend you is somebody who really, really knows you, because recommendation letters counts a lot. Somebody who really, really knows you and is going to write a best recommendation letter for you. I advise it's better you guide a person, whoever writes your recommendation letter for you, because some lecturers will just write any recommendation letter for you. The recommendation letter should speak a lot about you, just not anything, just not anything. So that is about the documentation. If you need to add your transcript, of late, most school will accept the unofficial transcript. And then if you're admitted and then you start schooling, they will give you some time to bring the official one. So that is not a big deal nowadays. But I told you earlier on in some of my previous videos that you should always get your transcript, a copy of your transcript with you. So all documents, you need to gather all documents. And then here is the point, you need to contact the school. You need to contact the department, the faculty. You need to contact them and ask them some questions about the application forms. Things that you really don't understand, ask them. They will help you. And that is why I'm also here. I can help you in that way, can help you in that way. So do not worry if you are doing your application and then you get to a point that you don't really know what to do. Just let me know. I'll do my best to help you. As you know, I've said it, I'm not doing application for anybody. I'm giving you the information and how to go about it. So if you need some help, I can guide you with it. Even if I have to call the school and find out something, since you may find it difficult to even call them, then I can do that for you. But now you could use the email, and then this come to how you write to the school. Your email, you should know that writing to the school, being it the director of admission, the staff, the professor, whoever you are writing to the school, in respect to your application, please term it as a semi-formal or formal letter. Write it in a respectful way. Don't write it like a friendly letter. Don't write it like somebody you know already, like your friend that you are writing to. Please do not do that. Do not use like short ways. Do not shorten ways. Do not use jargons in your writing to the school, because all that speaks about you. So make sure you treat it as an official letter. Don't say hi prof. No, dear Professor Kwesi Menu, dear Professor, dear Madam, dear Doctor. Then you put the full name or the last name. Then you treat it official, like formally. It's very, very important. Treat it that way. So you contact the school and then you find out all things that you need to do. all things that you need to know, things that could be waived off, like English proficiency, which Ghana, Nigeria, and most of the English speaking African countries, like that is waived. You have to find out. Yeah. Have to find out about the scholarship options. Though you know about the scholarship on the website, but you still need to contact them, find out. And if you are certain, then you start your application. Like I said, if you start your application, if you start, because you have all your document, all your paperwork is there, so it shouldn't take you more than 3 days to complete your application. In most cases, in most cases, your recommended is only you just give them a link, and then they will do it and then add it to your application package. So that is where problems comes most of the time. So you need to contact them, let them know that, oh, you've sent a link to them. You need to remind them and then let them know. I will say be on them. I'll use that word because there has been a lot of stories that because of recommendation were delayed, students or applicants could not get application go through. So you have to take note of that. So that is it. The other things that you need to also know is your application is not only based on your GPA. They look at a lot of things. Like I said about the contacting them, the email you write, how to write your emails. And then one thing is now that the social media is all over the place, if you have a social media handle that is associated with your name that you are using to apply, be careful whatever you post on that social media. It's very, very important. Be careful of whatever you post on social media. I spoke of some accounts, apps that you should have. LinkedIn. LinkedIn is something that you should have. That is a professional website. So you should have LinkedIn. Then even you could put your link to your profile into your application so that they will see your LinkedIn profile, and then you don't have to post anything that will speak negatively of you in LinkedIn. Or even if you have Facebook, even if you have Facebook, you shouldn't post things that will speak negatively of you. Another thing that you should also note is community service. If you have completed high school, if you have completed a college, if you have completed university, you have to do community service. For those who are working, that wouldn't be something necessary for you. But those who are still in school or those who have not really had any work, do community service, do some kind of work, even volunteerism, and then have like, and if you volunteer for some people or a company institution, let them give you like for certificate form or something to show that you did this for them, and then add it to your application package. Add it to your application package, especially those who want to do graduate studies. There is something that will put your application on top. So it's very, very important. It's very, very important. So you add all those to your resume. If you're in high school, you've not started building up your resume, please start building it up. Start writing your resume. If you're in university, if you want to travel to abroad, that is something that you need to have. So start doing that. And then you add it to them, all your experiences, all your community service works that you've done, all your volunteerism work that you've done. Yeah, put them in your resume. If you have supporting document to prove that, you add it. You add it to it. So this is very, very important. So I wouldn't speak much. I think what I've said is not all, but these are some of the key things that you need to know when you are filling up your application. Do not rush into it. I mentioned in my previous videos about um, just using, like if you are filling, completing different schools, make sure you are treating each school as like individual, as one. Complete this school, go to the, don't just pick information from this school to this school to that school. No, please take your time, because this is more than thousands who are competing for a seat, especially for graduate school, because graduate school, those with you get in the scholarship, so they admit based on the grants that they have. So if the money that they have can accommodate only 30 students, then they are admitting 30 students. If their grant could accommodate 50 students, then they are admitting only 50 students, because they don't want to admit more, because it's just going to be free. And then that goes with most of the free scholarships. They admit the numbers is basically based on the money that they have to sponsor you. Sponsor you. So this is something that I need to just pass across for you. I hope this will help you. I pray 2023 you get your admission, and then your dream of studying in abroad will come true. Do not sit down. Please act fast. Watch the previous videos on the free applications, free scholarships. Apply to them. Apply to them. Studying abroad, it is, you have to perseverance, perseverance. One more thing that I would say to is favor. You could do all this, but whatever thing you worship, you ask God to also help you, because it also counts. It also counts. That is the major key. Everything could be all right, but if God is not in it, it wouldn't be possible. I'm not preaching over here, but I want you to know that it's also part. So don't just fill up the application, ask God, this is what you want to do, and then He should help you. And I know you are going to be successful. Try it. Try it. Like this video, please subscribe, share for others. Put your questions in the comments. Let me know what you want me to talk about, and I am ever ready to assist you study abroad, work abroad, and live abroad. So, like this video, subscribe, share for others, and let us build a strong family. Life up, we are lifting ourselves. See you next time. Stay blessed this 2023. Bye.